Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading this morning for the weekend because it's Friday. I'm half asleep this morning. It hasn't been a great week for sleeping, but I know that you've all been going through these big downloads, big shifts. And yesterday my brain just was not functioning at where it needed to be. So all day I kept sort of doing weird things. But I'm good today after 5 hours sleep. This getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning is a little tough though. But I can't go back to sleep. No, my mind's up there with the universe. All right. So firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's lovely to have you on board. You are the reason I am on this journey, so I stay incredibly humble to you. If you are interested in personal readings, life coaching, or giving your life a kickstart, joining me for classes, joining us for the G's Gang, where a lot of people just come together to talk everything spiritual and whatever else comes along, then please just check underneath. And if you're really interested in keeping up with me, you can whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page and like my page. I'm now on TikTok. I absolutely love TikTok. It's so addictive though, so I keep cutting out social media and then just finding a new toy, which is not a good thing. Okay, so I do have one of my t-shirts on today, so if you were, I'll just let you have a look at the front of this, and it does have the Aussie Goddess. Somebody drew this of me, and it does have my logo on the back, so I'll just show you back. So if you're interested in t-shirts, they'll be up on my website soon. I just have a little bit, I want to do some more before I start to launch them, so watch this space. Alrighty. Now on YouTube Wednesdays doing Super Chat, and Instagram on Fridays. We have a Facebook Live on the 6th of February, and I am at Bathurst on the 13th and 14th of February. I think that's everything. All right. We're going to use the Wizard's Tarot for your reading. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not a good way to start the weekend's reading, is it? Oh, now we've gone really dark. This is quite interesting. My YouTube has a mind of its own. It talks to me when I'm not in the room. It does some strange things, but it does this thing where it goes really dark or really bright, and of course you lose the effect of the cards. Okay, one thing I do want to say too is don't try bullying me on my page. You're talking to someone who's had a lifetime of bullying. I have really worked beautifully with that. So if you make comments that are in any way demeaning, whether they're towards me or somebody else on the page, you just get deleted. I have been always very vigilant about the comments because unlike some of the readers, I love to read all of the comments. When I first started, I actually had my page set to no comments because I was worried and frightened of that sort of behavior. It doesn't worry me anymore. I would just delete you. So your choice, go for it. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands here. And the 8 of Wands is a card that talks about stress. It talks about being trapped in a prison of your own making. The thing is, possibly not quite so much in this card, but in the traditional tarot, the person who's trapped could easily free themselves and walk away from these thoughts, but they stay trapped in their way of thinking, unable to move forward. There appears to be some change to this. Sorry, I just saw somebody in my peripheral. There seems to be a change to this energy. There is something about you letting go of something to restart something new. Now, this could be that you're letting go of this energy finally, Perhaps if you've been hanging on to something for a long while that you've been unable to release. I feel like the universe is saying it's the end of that. You're moving into a new phase. So whatever's coming forward for you might break that energy, because we have the Nine of Wands here. So for some of you, okay, all right. So for some of you, you may be a long-term overthinker. You may be a person who spent a lot of time in their head. And it's very exhausting when you're overthinking things all the time. And I mean, the best way to get out of that is to learn how to meditate and keep your mind quiet. But it's about control. So it's very difficult sometimes to let go of it, because it's become a natural part of us controlling our world. But it can be done. Don't let anybody think that you can't get out of it, because you can. What happens is, once you quieten your mind down, you can just get into your normal thinking then. And what is normal thinking? Your day-to-day stuff. The stuff that you think about as part of your processing, not the stuff that just keeps ruminating. The Nine of Wands talks about some sort of energy of going back and keep hurting yourself at something. So it's like you've gone back so many times that you're becoming very wounded and very uncomfortable with the way you're doing it. So something is finishing out here. It's like you're starting to understand something enough to let it go. Because we do have the Two of Wands behind that. So the Two of Wands is a card that talks about a different pathway, a choice to move in a different direction. This is something that the universe is trying to shift you on, and I've felt this shift along with many other people in the last week or so. So we're being sort of shifted in a slightly different direction. I'm not really 100% sure why we're getting this shift at the moment, but it's obviously more towards spiritual practice. It could be a leveling up for you. It could be the energy of you taking yourself to the next vibrational level. But something is going on here. There is a need for you here to take time out. Six of Pentacles coming through. Okay, so there is a need for you to take time out. For some of you, you might be feeling the shift, but not really understanding why you're shifting. What does it feel like? It feels like it shifts. It actually feels like it shifts. I've actually felt like the planet moved before. And it's such a strange feeling. And what happens is it sometimes results in physical symptoms. The one that seems to be really dominant at the moment is this intense tiredness and this not being able to sleep, like only going into a very light sleep, which is something you normally do or ordinarily do around a full moon with the power from the full moon. Not everybody experiences it. Some people actually sort of manage to sleep through it. They don't seem to understand or feel perhaps the spiritual upgrades, but I feel like the more sensitive you become, the more easy it is to feel the shifts. There is a lot of planetary energy going on at the moment, which we've seen over the last year or so. Actually, Spirit's just taken me off on another tangent. Let me get back to where I need to get to. I feel here that you may be trying to understand why you're being given these shifts, why you're moving in a different direction, because the Hanged Man always talks about looking at things from a very different perspective. But I've got the Six of Pentacles here, and I really feel for a lot of you, this is about understanding your power of manifestation. It's about understanding how to go with the universe rather than fighting against the universe. It's that energy of going with the flow. Because the universe is trying to sort of get you to understand with a lot of this that it is about just going with the flow, not fighting it. Sometimes we feel the need to do something and we can feel it calling in our intuition, and it calls. It calls big time. But some of us will fight against that. Let's see where we're going with this reading. It's actually quite interesting. All right, so we have a Knight of Cups coming through. So the Knight of Cups is representative of the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and there's an offer coming here. The Knight of Pentacles could be anybody that's offering you something that's creative. It can be love. It doesn't necessarily have to be one of those signs. But somebody is offering love, creativity, some sort of gift here. For some of you, this may be furthering something that you're focusing on at the moment. Let me just get into the energy of this. I feel there's a lot of people starting to work on their own businesses. A lot of people starting to move into the spiritual arts, metaphysical, esoteric arts. But there's definitely this feeling here that you are being given an opportunity. Okay, so somebody may have been keeping an eye on you here with the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Swords. I called it Wands, but it's a sword. It's a sharp, pointy thing. The Page of Swords is a card of research. It's a person who is searching for the truth. But it can mean somebody's looking for you or at you. So some of you may be approached here by someone who has an interest in what you have to offer. It could be that you are being approached about a job, a business. It could be a relationship. However, it doesn't feel very relationshipy at the moment. This feels like it is something that is very dear to your heart. Something that you love doing. Something very creative. Let's see where we're going. All right, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, with the Death card, Scorpio energy. You're going through some sort of transformation at the moment that's going to take you in quite a different direction, I want to say. I don't think, well, we had the 2 of Wands there. I don't feel like if you looked forward if you went forward another 12 months and looked back, that your life would be the same as it is now. For some of you, you're getting some sort of opportunity to either launch or go into your own business. And I feel for some of you, you may have been in this situation previously and it didn't yield any results, and you may have had to make a lot of changes to bring in this new energy. But I feel like you're ready now. So if I'm talking to you, I feel like your success is right around the corner here. There's very much this energy of somebody here paying attention to you, noticing what you're doing, and either wanting to partner up with you or offer you some sort of opportunity. But this means there will be some changes with this. I don't feel that this can move as it is. There needs to be from you this deeper knowing of how to adapt to somebody else's ideas. So somebody may be showing you through a business perspective, and you may sort of have to start looking at how can you do your business in a different way. Because I feel like this person is like they may be a mentor. They could be somebody who is a teacher, a healer. But I feel like they're taking you in some sort of slightly different direction with your product. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we have the 2 of Pentacles here. I'm wondering here, yeah, here we go, Knight of Wands. I'm wondering here if some of you will be resistant to making changes here. But I feel that you have to make changes in order to work your product into the market. Now, I don't think this changes are substantial. Nobody would be approaching you for your work if they wanted to completely change what you were doing. But I feel like this person is trying to show you from a business perspective how to launch your product onto the market. But I feel like there's sort of this energy from you of being worried about making changes to what you want to do. But I think it's imperative to get your product off the ground. And really and truly, if somebody has the experience and they really know the market well, they may be giving you that from their own experiences. I'm really surprised we don't have the Emperor card here, really, because I feel like this person is very knowledgeable. All right, so I have the 5 of Swords coming through with the 10 of Wands. Okay, and the High Priestess. I may have to put some more cards on this because I feel like some of you need this information. It's just that some of you here are tossing up whether this is the right direction for you to go in. And it could be, you know, that somebody is trying to adapt your product to the market, but you want to keep your product as it is. And you're quite within your rights to do that if that's what you want to do. But I feel like this is giving you a huge opportunity here. So don't get stuck in your ego about it. Be flexible. Have a look at what the product looks like and really understand this can launch something. You may be able to change something later if you need to. But there's an end of a cycle here. And I feel for some of you, this is a cycle where you have been learning and may not have got your product off the ground because you've been going through some sort of change. But what I see here is someone who's going to really tune into their intuition to understand the direction they want to go in. And I feel like you'll leave behind the old way and move on to that new path. So you may be looking at your product as still being as good as it was, but you will be looking at how to process or move in the direction of being able to launch that to make money out of it, to make a career out of it, whatever you want to do. And I do see you tossing up trying to find the best solution for you, but I do see you going for this. I do see you going for it. I think you see the benefits. There is a feeling that you're tied into something at the moment. Now I know, and I've done the reading, I'm thinking you may be tied into a way of doing something that you may be unable to see because you're stuck in your own way of thinking about it. Sometimes we just have to be open-minded and look at things from different perspectives. Sometimes we're so intent on launching a product, we forget we can do it other ways. So I feel like you're opening up to some sort of opportunity here that's going to bring in a lot of passion for you. There may have been times where you have gone around in circles here, trying to launch something, get it off the ground, and you may be at the point where you need to close down because we have the 10 of Wands here. So I feel like you're at that point where you can walk away from something and leave it behind and try something completely new. But it's that whole thing, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, it's never going to happen. This is somebody showing you how to get it across the line. I do feel with this 2 of Wands that you're being pushed in a slightly different direction because I do think it is your destiny. But I think you've been resistant, maybe because of your ego, maybe because you believe that you don't want to make changes to your product. But you have to be more open-minded. And everybody's got their own journey. I feel like sometimes when people say things to limit themselves, that is their choice. But be open-minded. If you want to make something successful, you can move in a particular direction and then change your product if you want to. Once you've got the airplay. Airplay? That's interesting. All right, so we have the Hanged Man. So you're making some sort of decision here. And I feel with the 6 of Pentacles, it is to invest with somebody else. There is some sort of investment taking place here. Look, the Emperor. I said to you the Emperor should be here somewhere. I feel like whoever this person is going to be very, very powerful on your journey. Now, this could be a male or a female. It doesn't necessarily have to take the form of gender. This person is very, very knowledgeable. They're quite clever in what they do. They've already made themselves very successful in the market. This is a person who knows what they're doing. Now, because this person is very knowledgeable, very experienced, this person may come across as a little bit sort of different for you. And it may be that you become resistant, because I do see some of you stepping into your ego and sort of going, I don't want to make changes. I would suggest to you, listen to this person and go with the flow. This person represents for you a doorway to your success. I knew he was going to be there somewhere. The universe is saying to you here, step out of your ego and listen to your intuition. If this is you and you're trying to launch something, a business, trying to get a career going, maybe you've been struggling to get, a particular kind of job or a particular kind of career up and running, somebody is going to help you just get that across the line by showing you a slightly different way of doing things. And maybe you feel compromised by that, but my suggestion is go with the universe. Trust your intuition. King of Pentacles coming through here, because I feel like you can make a very substantial career out of this. And that is what Spirit wants you to do. So you're being led to listen to this person, whoever they are. All right, let's just get an energy oracle card. Oh, there it is. Patience. There you go. I feel like I want to draw another card, so I'm just going to read this one and I'm going to double up on it. What is it? 16. Wow, I nearly opened the page too. Peaceful presence and letting go of desperation. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's driving you. Beautiful. Don't try to force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your needs or make you happy, you are blocking other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options that you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through. What good advice in that reading. All right, here we go. This is what I knew that they would get me to pull another card. This is card 38, and it's the fourth chakra, Raphael, Archangel Raphael. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice here. Now, this is about love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card upright indicates that you now have greater readiness to receive love from others as well from yourself. It could also indicate that a much-needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. Woohoo! The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. So be open. Someone is coming your way to get this off the ground with you. They're coming your way to show you how to do this. Have a wonderful weekend.